What's up, everyone? Well, what can I say? We've got some incredible momentum again today. Yesterday, I was up $55,000. Today, right now, I'm up $61,000. That's $116,000 in 2 days, and that is why we show up every single day, rain or shine. I don't take vacations, I don't take breaks, because I don't want to miss days. You just never know when a company's going to drop a fantastic headline and the stock's going to squeeze up 300, 400, 500% in one morning. Today, we got, in 19 minutes, a 198% squeeze. Fantastic. I mean, you can't complain about that. That is great to see. So we're gonna break it all down in today's recap. Those of you guys who are already doing a 2-week trial at Warrior Trading, you're going to see all this action in real time, which is great. Now, some of you guys, you're not doing the trial yet, and I get it. Maybe you're working full time, you don't have the time to dedicate to being here in front of the computer in the chat room, but you still want to learn about trading. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys a link to watch my free training. It's a 2-hour-long course that's gonna walk you through the basics and give you the foundational concepts of the way I trade. Number one, how I choose strong stocks to trade using 5 pillars of stock selection. Number two, how I manage my risk. So I make sure that whenever I'm taking a trade, I stand to gain more than whatever I'm risking. And then number three, the specific chart patterns that I utilize to help me understand risk and reward, and that I actually am using to take these trades every single day. So I'm going to show you on today's example some of those chart patterns. All right, let's go ahead and jump onto the screen share. So we've got the S&P 500 here bouncing up, which is good. I mean, it's better than the alternative, I suppose. We're still in a bit of a precarious position, being below the 200 exponential moving average on the daily. So, this is a condition in the overall market. It's a little touch and go, but fortunately, we're still seeing great momentum in small caps. And one thing that I will say, and I've said this before, is that sometimes when the overall market is down, a lot of large cap stocks will be down, mid cap stocks will be down. And so traders, and a lot of beginner traders don't trade to the short side because it's too risky. You need a margin account to do it, so they don't do it. So they're looking for stocks that are going up. So on a typical day, if Nvidia or Apple are going up a little bit, some beginner traders will focus on them. But on a day like today, today the market's bouncing a little bit, but over the past couple of weeks, when the market's overall been coming down, I think it kind of, when you have like one stock that's going up, it makes that stock that much more obvious because it's bucking the trend of the entire market. So that stands out. So anyways, S&P 500 bouncing up a little bit today. And when I first sat down this morning, Gels was on the top of the scan. And I was like, it was up 400%. So let's get dialed in on this one. Okay, so this stock here had a close yesterday of like 90 cents, hit a pre-market high of $6-ish, ended up going up to a 582% gain on the day at 614. Unbelievable, 582%, but it hit that level at 6:30 in the morning. So here's the problem. I'm not up that early. Well, I am up that early, but I wasn't sitting down at my desk and trading. So I missed that whole move. It ends up pulling back. And what I ended up doing today to break the ice on my first trade was coming into 7 a.m. right in here. We come into 7 a.m. We had popped up, we'd pulled back, we popped up, we pulled back, we popped up, we pulled back. I got in right here at about 553, and I bought 20,000 shares. My stop was 540. So I was risking about $2,000, a little more risk than I'd like, but I added as it squeezed up, and it ended up popping up to a high of just under $6. I locked it up, and that gave me my first trade of the day, $4,240.49. I wanted to see it break through 614. But I also knew if it did, it was going to have this ascending resistance line. So my target was about 6 to 614, and we got pretty darn close to it. Not all the way, but pretty close. So that was my first trade of the morning. It ends up pulling back, dipping down, and it came back kind of up to VWAP here, but wasn't able to squeeze back to the highs. And so I didn't take any more trades on it. But the fact that we already had a stock up 400% pre-market was communicating to me that we definitely still have some strength. This is great to see. So then the next stock that comes up is WNW. WNW pops up on the scans, and we can scroll back here. So let's see, WNW, that was Gels, and then WNW right here. So this one's on the scans. And I said, guys, I just don't think I can trade it. It popped up after hours, pulled back, popped up, pulled back. It's a stock that has a history of popping and dropping, popping and dropping. And it's a little cheaper, and it's very thickly traded, and I just feel like I'm not going to have good trades on. I'm not going to be able to make good money on it. This is the chart history. It's got a real history of selling off. So, it's got 100 million shares of volume today, but I didn't take any trades on it. I said, no, I'm not going for that. I'm not going to bite. So no trades on that one. And then, so then that was at about 7:30. So I'd only taken one trade on the day, which was gels for 4,200. So now 7:30, waiting for breaking news. We don't get any breaking news. 7:30 comes and goes. So I'm like, oh, bummer. All right, so that's 7:30. So then 7:45, any news? Nothing. 8 a.m., boom, all of a sudden TIVC hits my scanner. TIVC pops up. Now, this is a stock that I'm somewhat familiar with. It had a big day back here in February, March, something like that. So I had this big squeeze, sells off, pulls back, reverse split, kind of pops up here again, sideways, and then all of a sudden today pops up some more. So there was news at 8:30 here. Reports White House briefing, FDA meeting secured positive interest in potential military and defense applications of its product candidates. So that was the headline. And the stock immediately, and I mean pretty much immediately, went straight up. This was the chart. So where do you think I took my first trade? Well, if you look at this chart and you're familiar with my micro pullback strategy, you'd probably say right here, and you'd be wrong. This would have been an awesome place to buy it, and I was too slow. I was too slow. I don't know, I was too slow. So anyways, by the time I pulled it up, it was already right here. So I was like, oh shoot, all right. So topping tail candle drops down, pops back up, drops down, pops back up, drops down, pops back up, breaks through the high, and then drops back down. So I didn't take any trades on it in this area. Then it pops up here, drops down, and in this area, I started to say, well, wait a second. I'm starting to notice ascending support. So I ended up taking my first trade right here, and then it pops up to here. We get a double top right there. Then we get a great first pullback right there. We squeeze up to 13. So it goes from 9 to 13 right here, $4 a share. That is fantastic. It dips down. I'm buying dips, pops up, buying dips, pops up, buying dips, pops up, looking for the breakthrough 13. Now we end up popping up to 13 and going to 13.21 and then rejecting back down. And I was a little bit bummed out about that. It tries again to go up, and I did get a trade right here on that micro pullback, little micro pullback right in there, but it just kept giving us these topping tails. And that was kind of my first like red flag on this stock, was all of these topping tails. So it showed that yes, it can pop up, but there are sellers that keep kind of pushing it back down. And then we got sort of this change in trend where we were trending up nicely, and then we kind of started stair-stepping down, right? So once we started stair-stepping down, I was like, well, see, I don't think I can work with this anymore. And we had a nasty rejection right there, another couple nasty ones here, and then at the open, it was very choppy and then started to pull back. So basically, the bulk of my trades were right in this little area here. And I had a couple trades through here, but I didn't add any substantial profit because I reduced my size because I wasn't feeling very confident with it. So, TIVC, I'm just, blown away by that momentum that we got today on it. And as we sit right now, I think that the tough thing is for people that sat down a little later this morning, because there was so much action pre-market. Everything else has kind of been in the shadow. There was FMTO that popped up. I mean, I'll say it was a nice move. I didn't take any trades on it. I just didn't feel like I could trust it. It was a little bigger spreads, a little lighter volume. So, but I didn't, by all means, capture all the profit that I could have made today, but I did a pretty good job walking away with profit and not giving back very much. So that's, again, sort of, that area of discipline, getting in, getting green, and not overstaying my welcome. So guess what? I'm going to be doing it again first thing tomorrow morning. So those of you guys who are already doing the 2-week trial, I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning. Those of you guys who want to watch my free training, my free class, 2 hours long. It's going to walk you through the ins and outs of my strategy. I think you'll really enjoy it. And if you want to check out some of my recent uploads that have been really popular, I'm going to put links to them right here and right here. And please, reminder, as always, practice these new strategies in a simulator because, hey, you heard it from me first. Trading is risky. My results aren't typical. So please take it slow and always trade in a simulator. All right, before you go live with real money. All right, with that, I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning.